Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. I would like to share with you briefly a thought that I had this morning. I'll start by asking a question. What is your motivation? What drives you to even get out of bed in the morning? I know with the stresses of life, it's very easy to get self-centered and for the first question in any situation to be, what's in it for me? Let's be honest. Do you like being around selfish people? People who care only about themselves and nobody else? Of course you don't. Then why is it so easy to fall into the selfish mindset ourselves? If we would simply head out the door each morning with a different mindset, the mindset of how can I help someone today, how different would your day be? If more and more people were to do this, how different would the world be? It's a crazy principle. If I focus on meeting someone else's need, guess what happens to my needs? I have literally traveled around the world to help people. I've gone to foreign countries just to bless people. Guess what? Happens every single time. I try to pour out blessings on others, and I end up being the one being blessed. I'll let you in on a little secret. Sometimes I feel so blessed that I almost feel guilty. Now, I have friends watching this that are either in or from the Philippines, and I want to tell you a story. Because you see, I've experienced some moments in my life where someone has blessed me so much that it is why I'm literally alive today. I owe my life to the Philippine people. More specifically, I owe my life to a Filipino nurse named Connie, who I've never even met. You see, my grandfather served in the Philippines in World War II, and while he was there, he got dengue fever and was not going to make it without constant care. The problem was the doctors and nurses were so busy with all the other casualties that no one could take care of my grandfather. This nurse named Connie volunteered to take care of him. When he returned from the war, many of his friends told my grandmother that he would have never made it without Connie. That was around 2 or 3 years before my mother was even born. So without Connie, I would not be sitting here in front of you right now. Because this woman put the needs of others above her own needs or even safety, I'm alive today. Now, I know that you might not be faced with life and death decisions every day, but the thing is, you could be and not even know it. Suicide is an epidemic around the world. I believe that one of the main reasons or main causes of suicide is hopelessness. And I believe that one of the main causes of hopelessness is simply people think that no one cares about them. No one cares if they live or die. So, when you put other people's needs above your own, you too could literally be saving a life. Ask yourself this question. How could I help someone today that I come in contact with? Maybe it's going to be simply smiling at someone. Maybe it's going to be asking someone how they're doing and actually caring enough to mean it and listen to how they're doing. Maybe it's going to be walking up to someone, maybe an older person, and saying something like, I know you have a lot more life experience than I do, and I could really learn from you. Could you please tell me your story? I've seen that one played out right in front of me when a teenager asked an elderly man something to that tune, and the man was almost in tears because someone from the younger generation actually wanted to listen to him. Over these next few days, evaluate what your motivation is, and whatever the answer is, reach higher and ask yourself what you could do to show kindness to someone else and put their needs above your own. Keep reaching higher and make your someday today. If you're watching this on Facebook, I encourage you to like it and share it with a friend. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Join me on this amazing, blessed journey called life, and let's reach higher together today. I'll end with this quote. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. From Ralph Waldo Emerson. You are not an accident. You have been created with a purpose and a destiny. See you next time.